Hello and welcome to Fredonia, where we are getting set for the Class 3A Sub-State Volleyball action, where in a few hours, one team will be punching their ticket to Hutchinson Community College next Friday and potentially Saturday in the Class 3A Sub-State. Zol Lopez here on the call as we bring you every single game from the Fredonia Sub-State. And first, we have to thank our sponsors there, especially a big thank you going out to Finley's Lawn and Pest Control. Give them a call, 376-BUGS. Also, the Monarch Cement Company, Caney Pharmacy, Integrity Insurance, the Humboldt Recreation Commission, the Wellness Center, Johnson & Sugar, PA, LaForge Insurance, as well as Community National Bank and Trust of Caney Valley. Obviously, whenever we do these broadcasts, we take on rights fees and streaming fees and the like. And so without their partnership on this, there's no way that we could even begin to do this. So we'd like to thank you for tuning in and obviously thank them for helping us out here. So now you're going to see here, and this is what I want to break down before we get into the full scale of things. You're going to see for the first two rounds, we are going to stream both sides of the court, so you can actually watch both. Now, the pro to it is you're going to get double coverage. The con to it is obviously you're going to have the corners here on your lower side of your screen. It's going to be cut off, so you're not going to be able to see up close faces and plays and digs and actions like that. However, we will, on the play-by-play side, do score updates. So as you can see, one of the downside too is you don't have the actual score update, but we will provide scores as they go along. That'll be the primary focus on the call here today. There on your left, that is court 2. There on your right is court 1. So Eureka, the overall number 1 seed, coming in at a 23-9 record. They are the Co-Tri-Valley League champions. They share that title with Erie. Teams clinched that earlier this week. They're taking on Caney Valley, who has struggled this season mightily, and that is mainly due to the fact that they are just very young. The Caney Valley Lady Bull Pups are a young squad, and so trying to get their bearings in there. They do have 4 seniors, but a lot of youth that is rotating in for the Lady Bull Pups. Then on the left court, there you have the Humboldt Lady Cubs, also out of the Tri-Valley League. They are 18-14 on the season, taking on a Douglas team that's 7-25. And for Humboldt, they have had a up and down season, mix and match, talking to Coach Meadows throughout the season with our coverage. He made mention that this is a team that they're rotating players into different positions. You had some injuries that really threw them for a loop, and it threw things in for a wrench for them. So they found their rhythm late, adding pieces as players became more comfortable in their roles, and they're hoping that will pay dividends for them here in sub-state action. Now, on the opposite side of the bracket, we'll have Burlington and Cherryville and Neodesha and Fredonia, the host site, playing 20 minutes after this matchup. And how this will work today is that they will play both games simultaneously. So there you'll be able to see on the split screen the games that are going on. And then once the last match ends, then they will start the process of 20 minutes between the next games. And then after that, it'll be 10 minutes. And then in your semifinals, you'll have 10 minutes. And once that final game's concluded, then they'll go 10 minutes. So that way, no team is sitting around for too terribly long, but also you're not having a team play back to back to back potentially. So that is how things will break down as we get ready for the introductions of both teams. And again, we want to thank our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. There you see them up on your screen, and without their support and sponsorship, we wouldn't be able to bring you volleyball coverage for the third straight year here at SEK-sports.com. Very, very excited to be able to bring you coverage here once again. So there on court one on your right, we'll have Eureka and Caney Valley. There on your left is court two. It'll be Humboldt and Douglas. I believe they are going to do some introductions, and we'll go through here and give introductions of the teams ourselves. Let's go ahead and first start off with the overall number one seed, Eureka Lady Tornadoes. Their roster has London Hilton, a 5'6 sophomore, Chanzi Patek, a 5'8 junior, Ava Perrier. I hope I'm saying that right. I apologize. As someone with the name of Zoll understands mispronunciations all too well. Height of 6 foot for Ava, the junior. Haley Broyles, a 5'3 senior. Mia Miller, a 5'4 sophomore. Maggie Miller, a 5'6 freshman. Gracie Walden, a 5'2 sophomore. Katie Sherman, a 5'9 junior. Brooklyn Patek, a 5'11 sophomore. Emily Escarino, a 5'8 senior. Amanda Maurer, a 5'7 junior. And Georgia Kelly, a 5'5 sophomore. The head coach for the Eureka Lady Tornadoes is Pam Pitko. And for the Caney Valley Lady Bullpups, their roster goes like this. Emma Poole, a senior. Renee Grant, also a senior. Evie Scholes, a junior. Allie Miller, a sophomore. Stephanie Hopkins, a senior. Brooke Bray, a senior. Morgan Anderson, a senior. Then Gracie Burke, a junior. Taylor Gillian, a junior. Morgan Hall, a freshman. Miracle Walters, a freshman. And Brianne Bertrand, a junior. Head coach of the Caney Valley Lady Bullpups in her first year is Kirsten Ergenbright. So that is action on court number one. Teams are having their introduction. They're on court two for the Humboldt Lady Cubs. Again, Humboldt is the number 2 seed with an 18-14 record. For Humboldt, it'll be Jessica Myers, a junior. Kirsten Murrow, a sophomore. Kirsten Rausch, a senior. Carly Wools, a freshman. Isabel Murrow, a junior. Emma Johnson, a senior. Anna Goforth, a sophomore. Kristen Kobold, a sophomore. Alana Johnson, a senior. Veronica Bulk, also a senior. Katie Hart, a junior. And Jada Dangerfield, a junior. Head coach is Terry Meadows for the Humboldt Lady Cubs. For Douglas, their roster features McKinley Kirkhart, a junior. Amy Steiner, a freshman. Carson Dunham, a junior. Emma Carr, a sophomore. Avery Roberts, a freshman. Lindsay Hadukovich, a senior. Erica Roselle, a senior. Jaden Desilva, a senior. Mira Magley, a junior. Rebecca Alvarez, a junior. Also Rebecca Hadukovich, a freshman. And Jessica Hedrick, a sophomore. Head coach for the Lady Bulldogs of Douglas is Leanna Brady. Good crowd out here. You can see they're at home. You're seeing on the far side of the court. And that is Eureka and Humboldt fans on that side. And we have Caney Valley and Douglas fans here on the near side.
And three wonderful coaches for Eureka. Our managers this evening, because we didn't forget those names. Grace
So good crowd out here, and it's also Neowalla weekend. For those who are tuning in that aren't familiar with the Neowalla, it's Halloween spelled backwards, but it's a big, big celebration in Independence. And so Independence, in fact, they are hosting the Class 4A sub-state, and so it's a very busy time in Independence. And not only that, but it also draws from all around the area, not just Montgomery County, not just there locally, but people will drive an hour, if not more, to come over and partake. In a beautiful day like today, where we have temperatures hovering into the upper 50s, lower 60s, it is a lot for people to do here in southeast Kansas. And so with that being said, to have this strong a show of support for these schools in this sub-state is a very good sign. In fact, one of the areas that we get a lot of requests from when it comes to coverage for the website is volleyball. So having this show of support from these communities backs that up, that it's not just a few parents that are hopping on the website and saying, hey, we want coverage. It is it's an area that's being underserved that we're hoping to continue to build on. So again, here in Fredonia, they are going through and giving all of the starters and introductions. And again, we want to thank our sponsors once again for making this broadcast possible. Community National Bank of Caney Valley, LaForge Insurance, Johnson Schoeger, PA, Integrity Insurance, Merle Kelly Ford, the Monarch Cement Company, Caney Pharmacy, the Humboldt Recreation Commission, the Wellness Center, and also a big thank you going out to Finley's Lawn and Pest Control, 378 Bugs. Give them a call. Located here in Fredonia, but they service all throughout southeast Kansas. Give their social media page a like as well, as they have a great online presence. Steve and the family, they do a great job in providing lawn care tips and pest tips, and even if you have bugs and you want to know what they are, if you snap a picture of it, they'll be more than happy to help you. So now they're going to play the national anthem, and we will pause. All right, welcome to coverage of the Class 3A Fredonia Volleyball Substate here on SEK-sports.com. Zoe Lopez here with you on the play-by-play to keep you updated, keep the scores going. And we are About to get underway. Again, we won't have the live ticker updates until the championship game, but what I will do is during play-by-play for both and giving point situations through that. So, no, you won't actually hear me talk all the way through the broadcast. Actually get to enjoy the sights and sounds of this sub-state action. Games are already going on all across the state of Kansas. And for those who are actually watching live, I will give updates from various other sub-states as I get them. And you can always follow us on Twitter at SEK_sports or like us on Facebook, SEK Sports. Glad to have you here with us on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Here we go. It is about to get underway. Sub-state volleyball action here from Wilson Gymnasium here in Fredonia. In fact, Douglas, they were the first school to arrive today. In fact, they were outside waiting to get in at around 12:30 today. So, again, court 1 on your right, court 2 on your left. As the first serve is up, Humboldt looking to get it over. And Jada Dangerfield does. And Douglas scoring the first point on court 2. And it is Caney Valley striking first on court 1. All right, so you have Caney Valley leading Eureka 2-0. Douglas leading on their side 2-0. And looks like Humboldt finally on the board on their side, getting a point. There, nice block there at the net for Eureka. It's 1-2 in favor of Douglas in their match against Humboldt. And there, Caney Valley is leading Eureka 2-0. That's a big surprise. Humboldt just picked up another point to knot it up 2-2. And Eureka finally gets on the board with their first point. Caney Valley still leads Eureka 2-1. Great volley in action there on Douglas and Humboldt, and an error at the net gives Humboldt a 3-2 lead, their first lead of the afternoon. There, Caney Valley. Oh, what's going on with Caney, but they're up 3-1 over Eureka. Again, court 2 is your left side. It is Douglas and Humboldt. Court 1 on the right is Eureka and Caney. And Eureka digging back in, but Caney still leads 3-2. Humboldt against Douglas getting some points now. They're on a 4-2 lead. Bit of a roll. In fact, I believe Humboldt's on a 4-0 run. Now make it 5-0. Meanwhile, back on court 1, it's tied back up 3-3 as Eureka finally finding some rhythm. And Douglas ends that 5-0 run there at the net for the Lady Bulldogs was Carson Dunham. Eureka serving on court 1. Trying to save it. They can't. And Eureka now up 5-3 over the Lady Bullpups. Humboldt leading 5-3 on the left of your screen. Douglas keeping it alive. They got to get it over. They do. Oh, and Douglas trying to stretch out was Jaden De Silva. Trying to stretch out, lay out, and save it, but unable to get a good angle on it. It's 6-3 in favor of the Cubs on the left. Now 7-3 in favor of Eureka. Smart heads-up play there on the back line by Jaden for Douglas, letting it sail out of bounds, and it's 6-4 in favor of Humboldt. 7-3 in favor of Eureka. And Humboldt with the battle at the net just got a point, and it's now 7-4. 7-4 on both courts at this time. This is the quarterfinal matchup between the Humboldt Cubs and Douglas Bulldogs. And then also on the quarterfinal side, on the right side of the screen, it's Eureka and Caney Valley. (9-5). Humboldt leading Douglas. 8-4. Eureka leading Caney. And as they always say, records can be deceiving. And watching Caney Valley, they're a very deceptive, winless team so far this season. I mean, right now they are giving Eureka everything that they can handle as they are 9-5. And it's 9-5 on the other side of the court as well. Now 10-5, Humboldt leading Douglas. And now it's 10-5, Eureka leading Caney Valley. (10-7) is now the score. Humboldt leading Douglas. 11-5, Eureka leading Caney Valley on the right. And now Eureka, they're on a roll against the Lady Bullpups. And another point for Douglas as they are clawing their way back in. 10-8. Meanwhile, for Eureka, they're up 13-5 over Caney Valley. A timeout on the right of your screen. Play continuing on the left. As Douglas now down 10-9. And they are getting ready to serve. Rebecca Alvarez getting ready to do the serving duty for Douglas. Humboldt getting a point. Miscommunication there at the net.
Who's home team?
What's that?
Who's home team?
Home team is Eureka. No, Douglas staying right in it as this gymnasium getting packed with not just parents, but also student section coming out for both teams. It is 12-10, Humboldt leading Douglas on the left. 13-7, Caney trailing Eureka on the right. And Douglas, they are staying with Humboldt. They just have not been able to get that push to knot it back up. Great action there at the net on the left. Douglas trying to take advantage. Humboldt recovers. Great recovery by the Lady Cubs on the left side. Douglas gave them everything they could handle. It's 14-11 Humboldt on the left. Eureka 14-9 on the right. These are your top two seeds playing at the same time. And the thing here with Sub-State is kind of the similar way that it works in with baseball. You really have to go in at it with everyone, all hands on deck. You're going to see a lot more competition. You're going to see the level of play step up. I think you're seeing that especially here on the Caney side against Eureka. Now obviously here with Douglas and Humboldt, as Douglas back within one, 14-13 on the left. Caney Valley and Eureka doing battle. It has been it's been the Tornadoes after a 3-0 lead by Caney. Eureka now up 17-9. Douglas getting the much-needed tie, 14-14. It seemed that they would get within one, and then Humboldt would jump out by two. Douglas comes in as the number 7 seed. And Humboldt gets the point back, 15-14. Serve a little too strong for Caney Valley. Eureka up 18-10. Nice save there by the Lady Bulldogs on your right, on your left. The Cubs. Oh, they're going to call him net. 16-14, Humboldt now on the left. Timeout on the right court with Eureka leading Caney 20-10. And now Humboldt, after Douglas tied it up, 14-14. Humboldt on a 3-0 run, 17-14. Bulldogs there at the net just a little too strong. And a timeout called on the left as the right side of your screen getting ready to resume action here from the Fredonia Volleyball Sub-State. Again, thank you going out to Finley's Lawn and Pest. 378 Bugs. 378 Bugs. Without their support, definitely would have made it a lot more difficult to do the streaming here. So we really appreciate them, as well as all of the sponsors here this afternoon, and get you that full screen graphic as Eureka dishes it across the court. And now the Lady NATO are up 21-10. Caney jumped out to a 3-0 lead. And then Eureka found their rhythm. So this Caney team, they're scrappy. And the thing with sports, of course, is that sometimes maybe a bounce doesn't go your way. If there's any reason for that. And now Caney leading 22-11 over Lady Bullpups. On the left, Humboldt has now gone on a 6-0 run, and as soon as I say that, a serving error goes out of bounds, and it'll be 2015 in favor of Humboldt. See if Douglas has another run left in them. They have been scrapping in this matchup, and they're not going to go down without a fight. As another error by Humboldt bounces the way for Douglas, and the Bulldogs back within 4. Meanwhile, on the right of your screen, it is Eureka 24-12 over Caney Valley, with the match point looming. And Caney drops the first set 25-12 to Eureka. Now they'll switch sides. Here on the left side of your screen, we've got Humboldt now up 22-16 over Douglas. Oh, nice power move there at the net by Douglas. Humboldt recovers. They get it over, setting it up, and they push it back. And too strong at the net. Lady Cubs with their errors. Douglas still with some life. Getting ready to serve, down 22-17. So again, at the conclusion of both games, so once the final game on this round of matchups is done, they'll go 20 minutes for the next quarterfinal. And then thereafter, it'll be a 10-minute break before going over to the championship. 23-17. Cubs looking to get the first set of wins. Oh, nice dig by the Lady Bulldogs. Humboldt recovering. Nice recovery there by Douglas as the ball was hit too hard, hit the top of the ceiling, then came back down. Touch there at the net. Get up and over. Oh, nice touch move. And Douglas down 24-17 with the serve. With the set point. As Eureka and Humboldt are about ready to get underway for their second set. Humboldt looking to finish off their first. 24-17 on the left of your screen. Nice volley in action between Douglas and Humboldt at the net, and it is going to be Humboldt's out on top, 25-17 in the first set. So they'll switch sides. Now on the right, you've got Caney and Eureka underway. Eureka is closest to you on the screen, whereas Caney Valley is on the far side of your screen now. And Eureka jumps out to a 1-0 lead. Eureka with the error at the net, and it gives Caney their first point of the second set. Caney Valley ahead 2-1 over Eureka. Much similar to the way the first set began. Caney held a minor edge, and then Eureka just went on a tear. They got in rhythm and got going. Eureka would love to make quick work here. Give them extra rest. The top seeds, they will be well rested by the time the semifinals get rolling. So Eureka up 3-2, Caney Valley up 3-2. And now Humboldt and Douglas are about ready to get underway. It'll be Humboldt on the near side of your screen with Douglas on the far side. 3-2, the lead on your right. Second set. Eureka won the first set. Humboldt winning their first set. So the pressure is on Caney and Douglas to come up with the win and force that third and decisive set to advance on to the semifinals here in Fredonia. Oh, nice hustle there by the Lady Bulldogs. There for Douglas, that was Rebecca Alvarez. We've called her name a couple of times. She did an impressive save to keep the point alive, but it looks like Humboldt will strike first on the left. And Humboldt jumps out to an early 4-0 lead, and a quick timeout called by Douglas to stop the roll of Humboldt. Meanwhile, on the right, it is Eureka leading Caney 6-3. And now make it 7-3 in favor of Eureka. The next matchups that we'll have for you, and we'll keep the different rounds. We'll keep the quarterfinal rounds going, so even though we'll have like a 20-minute break, we'll do the next games, and then we'll end the stream and get the next round of games going for the semifinals, and then we'll end that stream so that way the championship game has its own. And we invite you to tag and share the link on your social media, as well as text it to your neighbors, family, friends, and even go back and rewatch the action here today anytime on demand. So Douglas getting their first point in the second set, but Humboldt back to respond, and they have a 5-1 lead. On the left of your screen, Eureka ahead of Caney Valley 8-4. Both games in their second sets. Humboldt getting it over for the point. And that was not the most spectacular set of plays. A timeout is called on the right of your screen by Caney Valley, with Eureka leading 9-4. Douglas ahead 6-2. Douglas looking to find their rhythm here. Get on a bit of a run. Humboldt keeps it alive. Everyone converging on the net. Nice save by the Lady Bulldogs. Battle at the net, tipping it over. Humboldt there to recover. And Lady Cubs able to take advantage of some hesitation by the Lady Bulldogs and pick up a 7-2 lead. Meanwhile, play set to resume on the right. 9-4, Eureka leading Caney. Now make it 10-4. So as you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. I think that's the way that is that the right terminology? They say in the unboxing videos that my kids watch. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Pretty sure that's what they say. So that's actually the first time I've actually been able to say that. And Douglas a little too strong at the net, and it is 8-3. Humboldt 10-5. Eureka over Caney. Ooh. Great effort there from Humboldt by Kirsten Cobald, but ended up falling just a bit short. And Douglas gets back a point. They're back within 3, 8-5. Meanwhile, Eureka pulling away from Caney. 11-5, and as soon as I say that, Lady Tornadoes record an ace from London Hilton. You got court 2 on your left, court 1 on your right. Court 1 will be the home of the higher seeds. Lady Cubs rotating. They lead Douglas 10-6. Eureka leads Caney 12-6. And play at the net by Lady Bulldogs gets them back within 3. It's been the matchup flow all day for the Lady Bulldogs. They've been playing from behind, and they get within 1, and they've even tied as the set has gone on, but they just have not been able to get in front and take control and force the Lady Cubs and capitalize on some of their errors in a way that would put Douglas back on top. And misplayed by Lady Bulldogs. It's 11-7. Humboldt in front. 15-6, Eureka serving up to Caney Valley. And the serve just a bit too strong. It's now 15-7. Now timeout called on the left of your screen. 12-8, Humboldt leading Douglas. And Eureka pulling away from Caney Valley now as a timeout's called by Caney Valley. Caney Valley, they are the 8th seed, and they have not won a ball game this season. They're 0-32. Been a long year for them, but watching them play, it's just been a matter of some miscues, it looks like, and bounces not going their way. It's had a big upset with K-State and OU, so for those who are tuning in from the football game and Division I football, and now over to Kansas high school sub-state volleyball action, welcome you here on SEK-sports.com YouTube channel. Eureka now up 19-7 over Caney. Douglas staying within 4 of Humboldt, 13-9. And now Eureka leading 20-7 over Caney Valley. So the Lady Tornado look like they are about to get a long break before their semifinal action. I'm trying to dig it out there, and Caney just right now cold on the court. Eureka now lead 22-7. Eureka will await the winner of Burlington and Cherryville. Meanwhile, on court 2, the left of your screen, Douglas is now within 2, 13-11 of Humboldt. 23-7 on the right, Eureka in full control over Caney Valley. And a misplay by Eureka, and Douglas is back within 1, 13-12. Very similar to that first match, where they'd get down in a hole and then they get within 1, and at one point they were able to tie it. Another misplay by Humboldt, and it's 13-13. And now set point, match point, coming up for Eureka, 24-7. Humboldt back ahead 14-13. So there on the right at your screen, Caney Valley trying to start off elimination. It's taking 1 point at a time. Misplayed, and the Eureka Lady Tornado will advance to the sub-state semifinal with a 25-7 second set win, match win, over Caney Valley. The Lady Bullpups in their season at 0-32. Eureka is now 24-9. And Burlington and Cherryville will now get ready. And looks like someone stepped on the power cord. So now on the left of your screen, it is Humboldt and Douglas. Humboldt ahead 15-13. Get ready for the second quarterfinal. And the 20-minute mark won't start until the conclusion of this game. 16-13. Humboldt back out in front after Douglas was able to tie it 13-13. Douglas laying it out there. Now back to a 4-point lead for the Lady Cubs. And a serving error will put a point in the column for Eureka. 17-14 the score. Humboldt winning the first set. Douglas and Humboldt have been battling all afternoon. Douglas looking for that one run that will put them ahead. Oh, nice dig there by Jada Dangerfield. Not enough. As it is 17-15. And now a timeout called on the court as Humboldt tries to collect themselves. So while they are in the timeout, we'll take this time to thank our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Community National Bank of Caney, LaForge Insurance, also Johnson Schoengert PA, Integrity Insurance, the Monarch Cement Company, Merle Kelly Ford, Caney Pharmacy, Humboldt Recreation Commission, the Wellness Center, and a big thank you today to Finley's Lawn and Pest Control, helping us take care of that video rights fee. And for Finley's Lawn and Pest, they are locally owned. They are locally owned here and family owned, family run business. In fact, Justin Solander, who is a standout basketball player here in Fredonia, went to college to play basketball, came back and looking to take over the family business from Steve, which I'm sure Steve probably wouldn't mind. But they're a great family and big supporters of not just Fredonia, but really Southeast Kansas area athletics. 19-15 is the score. Also, give them a like on Facebook. I mentioned this earlier as a serving error. Keeps Douglas within 3, 19-16. If you have a question about what kind of bugs that may be infesting your lawn, your trees, or perhaps, knock on wood, literally, inside your house, you give them a buzz and they'll give you an answer and they can come up with a solution for you. And not just bugs, but also rodents as well. Mice, rats, and the like. 1917 Humboldt battling with Douglas, the Lady Bulldogs. Just hanging in there. Now it's 1918. You cannot count Douglas out. They have fought and scrapped for every point here this afternoon. And in fact, they've been able to take advantage of errors from the Lady Cubs. But they just are looking for that one run to put them over. Oh, nice. There at the net. And there it is, 1919, the power move for Douglas. That was coming from Jaden De Silva. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. We've called her name a couple of times. So now we're at a 1919 tie on the left of your screen. And touch move gets it barely over the net. Humboldt looking to capitalize, trying to use some of Douglas's aggression against them, playing perhaps a bit over-aggressive. 1919 tie in the second set, and Douglas keeps it alive. Coach Meadows thought perhaps that roll counted as two. The officials say no. They just rolled up on her, and that time Douglas with the error, and it is a 2019 advantage for the Humboldt Lady Cubs. And this is a 2-7 matchup. (2019) not just the year, it's the score. There at the net, Jada Dangerfield couldn't get it over, and we are tied 2020. There on the right, it will be Burlington and Cherryvale. But they cannot get warmed up until this game is over. And right now, Douglas is getting ready to force a third set. They are ahead 21-20. And finally, for the first time in this set, they are in front. And now Humboldt looking for an advantage, and they do. It went out of bounds in the back end, and it is tied 21-21. Lady Cubs have been in control. They've had as large of a lead as 6. And then Lady Bulldogs went on that much-needed run that they've been looking for all afternoon. 21-21 is our score. Humboldt getting it over. Nice push-off. Oh, nice. Dumping it over the net for the Lady Cubs. Great heads-up play by Alana Johnson, the senior. Saw the opening and was just able to push it over. Now it's 22-21 Humboldt. Oh, Lady Cubs. Nice recovery. Jada Dangerfield along with the assist. 22-21. And they are fighting for this point. Dangerfield pushes it over. And misplay at the net from Kirsten Murrow. Douglas knotted up 22-22. We got Burlington and Cherryville watching on the right. Mentioned they cannot get going until this match is finished. 22-22 in the second set. They're at the net. Dangerfield pushes it to the corner. Too strong. And it's 23-22. 23-22. Douglas serves, and it goes out of bounds, and it's 23-23. Dangerfield will now do the serving for the Lady Cubs on the left. Gets it over the net. Whoever wins this set, they are going to earn it. I think that's the best description you can say on this. This has been a fun one to watch and call. Douglas keeping it alive. It's tied 23-23. And once again, the Lady Bulldogs keep it alive, and they're at the net! Dumping it over for the Lady Cubs. Able to get her paws up. There was number 10, but they don't have a 10 listed. Could be Kirsten Rausch. And an error by Douglas ends their season as the Lady Cubs have defeated Douglas 25-23. And now the Lady Cubs will advance into the next round of the sub-state here in Fredonia. So Humboldt advances. They await the winner between Neodesha and Fredonia, a game that's getting ready to get underway. Eureka advances with their win over Caney Valley, and they await the winner between Burlington and Cherryville. So we will keep the stream going, but we're going to go ahead and put up our full screen graphic. So feel free to share, tag the link for the next quarterfinal round, which will be Burlington and Cherryville and Humboldt and Douglas. So thank you again for tuning in. So Humboldt fans and Eureka fans, if hopefully you're on your way to come support your teams, but if not, if you can't make it, we'll keep the stream up here going. Make sure you hit like and subscribe on the YouTube channel so you can be notified when we go live in the semifinal round. But we're going to keep the stream up. We're going to go to the full screen graphic and be prepared for the next set of ball games between Burlington and Cherryville and Fredonia and Neodesha.
They will advance to the state tournament to be held on Friday and Saturday, November 1st and 2nd, 2019 at Hutchinson Community College. We will now introduce the 6 non-starters of each team. Starting with our visiting team, your Cherryvale Chargers. Your non-starters this evening, number 4, Lily Yeoman. Number 14, Kelsey Lance.
Hello and welcome to the next round of games here at the Fredonia Yellow Jackets Sub-State for Class 3A Volleyball. Here on SEK-sports.com, I'm Zol Lopez, where the Eureka Lady Tornado and the Humboldt Lady Cubs have both already clinched a spot in the semifinals. And now we will get ready to see who will join them. Both games going 2 sets in the first round of quarterfinal ball games, or matches, I should say. First quarterfinal games, and now getting ready. We get the rivalry of Fredonia and Neodesha, along with the former rivalry of Cherryville and Burlington. Burlington used to be a part of the Tri-Valley League before jettisoning off a few years ago to the Pioneer League. So a traditional rivalry on your left, which is Court 2, and a former rivalry on your right, which is Court 1. The higher seed playing on the right side of your screen. And we welcome those of you who are tuning in for the first time here today. Here's how it will work. We are going to showcase both both matches simultaneously. They're going to run the contest back to back, and we will show both both courts. Now, the downside is we can't give score updates on our graphics, but that's where I will do the best that I can in providing timely updates. So follow along as we are officially underway, the quarterfinals of the Fredonia Sub-State. As Neodesha looking to strike first, and Fredonia keeps it alive. They get it over the net, amazingly, and too hard at the net, and Fredonia will strike first, 1-0. On the right of your screen, Burlington. They are on the back court. Cherryville, they are on the near side. And it is Burlington up 1-0. Cherryville fighting away, keeping it alive. And net violation called against Cherryville, and it'll be a 2-0 lead in favor of Burlington now. And likewise, on the left of your screen, it is a 2-0 lead with Fredonia leading Neodesha. Excellent hustle there on the far corner, brought on by Neodesha, keeps it alive. And now 3-0 lead on the right, Burlington leading Cherryville. And Neodesha on the board for the first time this afternoon after an error. It's 2-1 in favor of Fredonia. Burlington out front, 3-0. And now make it 4-0. An unforced error by Cherryville. A 2-0 lead, and now ball jumps into, or the ball from the right court comes over to the left court, interrupts play. They'll replay it. 2-1, Fredonia leading Neodesha. 5-0, Burlington leading Cherryville. Eureka, the overall number 1 seed, Humboldt, the number 2 seed, both advancing earlier this afternoon. And Neodesha tying it up, 2-2. And Burlington right now is just all over Cherryville. A 6-0 lead as Cherryville calls a timeout to bring a stop to the run that the Wildcats are on. Meanwhile, play continues between Fredonia and Neodesha. It's a 3-2 lead with Fredonia serving. And couldn't get it over, and Fredonia will score again. And it'll go out of bounds on the serve. Great set of serves there by the Lady Jackets. And the Lady Blue Streaks serving it just a tad too strong. Cameron Stover, the sophomore. Play resumes on the right of your screen. Burlington with a 6-0 lead. Cherryville trying to find their first point. And too strong on the right of your screen, and it's 7-0 Burlington. Great action on the left between Fredonia and Neodesha, and tipped at the net, stays alive. And Neodesha goes right on the line and picks up a point thanks to Sydney Songer, the senior. And Burlington, the Wildcats, mauling Lady Chargers 8-0. These are the first sets for both teams, or for both games, excuse me. Fredonia, unforced error, it's 5-5 tie. Neodesha, Fredonia slugging it out, and Cherryville just now getting their first point, 8-1. A big thank you going out to Finley's Lawn and Pest Control in providing coverage of the sub-state. Great net play from the Lady Streaks. There at the net, Cameron Stover. Serving for Neodesha, Sydney Songer. And now, Neodesha is on a bit of a roll here. 8-5 lead. On the right, Burlington up 9-2. Songer with the serve. The dig falls a bit short. Couldn't get the right angle underneath it. Couldn't get enough of the hand. And Neodesha continues. Meanwhile, Cherryville trails 9-3. They're fighting their way back in. Burlington fighting with Cherryville. And timeout called on the left of your screen as Neodesha jumps out to an 11-5 lead. Meanwhile, Cherryville trailing Burlington 10-3. And Cherryville, they are just out of rhythm right now. This has been all Burlington on the right of your screen. Great job by Cherryville getting over the net and spiking it right at the net for Burlington was Dorita Azzini, who's from Italy. Foreign exchange student playing volleyball for the Burlington Wildcats. Right now, these are a pair of lopsided ball games. Fredonia ending that run by Neodesha 11-6. Neodesha leading Fredonia. On the right of the court, Burlington ahead 14-3 over Cherryville. And now some errors are allowing Fredonia to creep back in. 11-7 on the left. 14-4 on your right. This gymnasium is packed wall to wall on both sides. There are just a few empty seats there straight across on the screen, as you can see. But from where I'm sitting here, camera side, it is packed. In fact, on the rails, you've got people standing, almost standing room only, to watch these ball games. It is 13-8 on the left, 15-5 on the right. Fredonia trailing Neodesha. Burlington leading Cherryville, 15-5. And now Neodesha up 14-8. In fact, the student section for so far, all the schools have really come out to support the volleyball teams. In fact, Eureka, their theme, their student section theme for today is USA, red, white, and blue colors. Burlington jumping out to a 16-6 lead on the right court in the first set. Fredonia looking to fight their way back in, 14-9. A little too strong now, 15-9 in favor of Neodesha. Cherryville looking to find some rhythm. They're down 10 points, 16-6 to Burlington, right at the net. Great job by Lady Chargers, Mariah Maroney, the 5'10 junior at the net. (16-9). Neodesha leading. And Fredonia, another miscue, misplayed that one. Now the serve, and again, Fredonia, they're just mishandling the serves and volleys from Neodesha. 18-9 in favor of the Blue Streaks on the left. On the right, Burlington ahead, 18-7. Burlington ahead, 19-7. Neodesha ahead, 19-9. Another misplay, an ace. Therefore, Neodesha is 0-0. They don't have 0-0 listed. Fredonia keeping it alive. Neodesha gets it back over. What a play at the net by Amy Smith. 21-9, Neodesha ahead of Fredonia. On the right, Burlington making quick work, 20-8. Nice net action there between Burlington and Cherryville. 20-8 is that score, and make it. And it's still alive. Cherryville still got it. They get it over. Great action. Keeping the point alive, and not anymore. It is now 21-8 in favor of Burlington. It is 22-10 on the left. We'll go ahead and focus on this match here as it is one closer to end point. Burlington now 22-8. Great action back and forth. Fredonia trying to rally themselves back. Push it over. Nice dig. Get it up and over. They tip it in. Keeping it alive. Way to dig there for the Lady Yellow Jackets. 22-9. Burlington leading. 22-11. Fredonia not going down without a fight. Cherryville serving into the net, 23-9. Burlington looking to finish off the first set. Oh, and a misplay by the Lady Blue Streaks gives Fredonia another point. 22-12 on the left of your screen. It is 23-9 Burlington on the right of your screen. And the Lady Wildcats struggling with the action at the net. (23-10). Both Neodesha and Burlington struggling to finish off their opponents here, letting them back in. And Fredonia's on a bit of a streak here. 22-14. Now Burlington 24-10. But we will focus on the right here of your screen as Burlington looking to finish the first set. Is up and in. Burlington, Cherryville needs to get it over. They do. They're up 24-10. They're spiking it and able to keep it alive. Play at the net was from Cadence Dobell. Hopefully I said that right. I apologize. 24-11. Burlington. Boy, they hit hard there at the net. Easily through of the 8 teams, they have been the hardest hitters today. And Fredonia, don't look now, down 22-15. Burlington still trying to get their match point, and they'll get it. Burlington defeats Cherryville in the first set, 25-12. Now Neodesha, they are 2 points away from ending their first set. 23-15. Neodesha leading Fredonia. And point to the Lady Streaks. And they are conferring to make sure there wasn't any net interference, I'm assuming. So 24-15, Neodesha looking to finish off Fredonia. Lady Yellow Jackets were plagued by errors in this first set. Really going to have to dig deep now. Play at the net, and Fredonia will keep the set alive with Caitlin Black, the 5'7" senior, fighting for position at the net. 24-16. And that'll do it. Neodesha wins the first set over Fredonia, 25-16. And Burlington and Neodesha are one set win away from the semifinal between Humboldt and Eureka. And while we have a break in the action, we'd like to thank our sponsors for making it possible here today. It includes Community National Bank and Trust of Caney Valley, LaForge Insurance, Johnson Chilliger PA, Integrity Insurance, the Monarch Cement Company, Merle Kelly Ford, Caney Pharmacy, the Humboldt Recreation Commission, the Wellness Center, and a big thank you going out to Finley's Lawn and Pest Control, your title sponsor here today. Finley's Lawn and Care, give them a call, 378-BUGS. Whenever you find yourself with some pests, give Steve, Justin, and the crew a call at 378-BUGS. Watching live streaming coverage of the Fredonia Sub-State quarterfinals, where Humboldt and Eureka earlier today advanced. And now Burlington is one win away from meeting up with Eureka, while Neodesha is one win away from meeting up with Humboldt. So here on the right, as we said, we got the split screen action going. The right is Burlington and Cherryville, where on the left is Neodesha and Fredonia. I'll give you score updates as they come across. And at the end of the final match here, we're actually going to end the stream and then set up a new one for the semifinals, and then we'll end that one and set up a special stream for the Sub-State Championship. It's a 1-1 tie between Cherryville and Burlington. Now make it 2-1. Burlington, they are in the white tops. Cherryville, blue tops on the right side of your screen. On the left, you have Neodesha on the far side of your screen in the blue tops, and Fredonia on the near side in black. 2-1 lead. Burlington leading Cherryville. Fredonia leading Neodesha now tied up 1-1. Now Fredonia, for the first time since early on in the first set, ahead of Neodesha 2-1. We're on the right. Looks like Cherryville's finally found their rhythm. 3-3 tie with Burlington. That's the closest they've been all afternoon. Looking to make it an all Tri-Valley semifinals, but Burlington looking to play the role of spoiler in that. The first set matches for both games here were easily blowouts. Burlington jumped out to a quick. Burlington and Neodesha, both jumped out to big early leads, and they really needed them because both teams made a late run. Both Fredonia and Cherryville made late runs, but too much to overcome. Here it's 4-4 tie on the right, 2-3. Now make it 4-2 lead for Neodesha on the left. Much tighter, closer sets. That one goes into the net. It's 4-3. Neodesha leading Fredonia. 5-4. Burlington leading Cherryville. And we get right in there. And Burlington up to a 6-4 lead, largest lead of the afternoon in this second set. Pair of Lady Yellow Jackets collide at the net, but able to stay alive, keeps it going. And just too much as Neodesha finally gets the point, 6-3. And now it's the 7-5 advantage, Burlington over Cherryville. Watching coverage of the Class 3A Fredonia Volleyball Sub-State quarterfinals, where Humboldt and Eureka have already advanced. Burlington and Neodesha winning their first sets, and both of them, right now, Neota Shea leading Fredonia. And Cherryville knotted up with Burlington on the right, 7-7. Now Neota Shea starting to pull away in the second set, 9-4. Meanwhile, Cherryville and Burlington continue to battle back and forth. Burlington ahead 8-7. This is the second set for both teams. Is misplayed at the net by the Lady Jackets, 10-4 to the favor of Neota Shea. That's what plagued the Lady Yellow Jackets as the timeout's called by Fredonia. They were plagued just by miscues and errors. They want to try and avoid that now with this elimination set for them. Cherryville tied with Burlington, 8-8. Now Cherryville ahead, 9-8. Play resumes on the left of your screen. Neota Shea will serve, holding a 10-4 lead, and way too strong. And gives Fredonia perhaps the chance they're looking for. (11-5). Neota Shea leading Fredonia on the left. 10-9. Burlington ahead on the right. There will be a 10-minute intermission between the final quarterfinal game and the semifinal. Now Neota Shea up 12-9. Burlington going on a bit of a streak. 11-9. You're seeing here on this side of the court, this side of the stands, you've got students, parents, family members all bringing signs here for their players to show their sign of support. Mentioned good crowd out here on both sides of the gymnasium. It really is almost standing room only. And serve too strong, and Fredonia now down 13-8. Meanwhile, on the other side of the court, timeout called as the Wildcats are up 13-9. Really has been amazing at how close in play these two matches have been. Getting the point for Neota Shea was Sydney Songer. There at the net, we've called her name quite a bit here this afternoon. Great action, and it'll be point to the Yellow Jackets. Play resumes 14-9. Fredonia looking to put an end to the run for Neota Shea, and too strong. It looks like play stayed in. No, actually it went out. Correction. 14-10 on the left in favor of Neota Shea. 14-9, Burlington leading Cherryville. And now Fredonia digging back in. Or at least they were. Had a bit of a hitting error. 15-10. Cherryville, after being routed in that first set, now keeping it close against Burlington. It is tough to call the match back and forth here. But Cherryville, their serving was Mariah Monroy. Served just a tad too strong as it went out of bounds. There at the net for Neota Shea was Amy Smith getting the point. Again, much similar to how it's been in the second set. Staying close, 17-13, Neota Shea leading on the left. 16-11, Burlington leading on your right. Neota Shea looking for the upset. It actually would be the first upset of the day. The 1 and 2 seeds advanced. And Neota Shea comes in as the 3 seed. I'm trying to figure out how that would be. I must have them confused in the sets here. 18-11 either way. Neota Shea ahead in their winning that first set. So I think what's going on here is they put the Fredonia Yellow Jackets as home, even though they are the 6th seed. Fredonia 8-26. Burlington ahead 19-11. Now make it 19-12. Now Neota Shea ahead 19-14. Oh, and a serving error by Lady Blue Streaks. Gives the ball back to Fredonia, down 19-15. A dig, and just a bit short there. Abigail Aschenfelter dug for it, but came up empty. 20-15, Neota Shea trying to put this one away, and likewise Burlington up 20-13, trying to get that one done. Aschenfelter tried to hit the ball, but ended up cradling it instead. 21-15, Neota Shea in front of Fredonia. Neota Shea 3 points away from advancing in the semifinals. Now 2 points away. 23-15, Neodesha leading Fredonia. 22-13, Burlington leading Cherryville. Oh, they're on the knees, and they're going to say on the ground. (23-16), Fredonia with the ball in serving. Burlington ahead 22-13 with the ball in serving. Now they're going to call net violation against Fredonia, and now this is game point. 24-16. Neodesha with the chance to advance. Looking to finish this off. Game point on the line. Neodesha looking for the finish. They get it! At the net for Neodesha. Autumn Scott puts her team in the semifinals. And now on the right of your screen, we will wait to see who will join them. So it'll be Neodesha and Humboldt coming up in approximately 10 minutes. (22-16). At the play, Burlington trying to keep the play alive, moving it around. And over to the far side. It'll go to Burlington. Apparently it was tipped. Now substitution being made. 23-16. So we know it'll be Humboldt and Neodesha. On the left, Burlington ahead 23-16. Still trying to fend off Cherryville. And they do. Now they're 1 point away. 1 point away from finishing this off. Burlington finishes it 25-16. So the Burlington Wildcats defeat the Cherryville Lady Chargers and will now advance to the semifinal matchup with Eureka, the number 1 seed. Burlington now 16-18 on the season. So we will end this stream, but make sure you like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, or at least go to the channel and refresh where you'll see where we're going to go live. Or follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, SEK Sports, and we will have the semifinal stream up and going. So just search on our YouTube channel, SEK Sports, or refresh, and you'll get the channel or the link there when we go live. So thank you to, again, all of our sponsors, Finley's Lawn and Pest Control, for providing every match here at the Fredonia Substate. So the semifinals are on its way, and we'll have live coverage for you coming up next here in about 10 minutes here on SEKSports.com. Okay.